Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. I'm Brianna and today is the best day of my life because God is good and I'm here with you guys. So if you're interested in knowing my tips and tricks on retaining length and growing your hair long, then just keep on watching. So I have just about 10, a little bit over 10 tips. So if you're really serious about this hair journey thing, guys, then I would suggest you get out a pen, a piece of paper, or a notebook and jot some of these things down so that you can keep them in the back of your mind during your hair journey and throughout the entire hair journey. And a hair journey never really stops unless you, switch focus and cut your hair all off or something like that. So yeah, let's jump right into it. The first tip is to know your growth rate, your hair growth rate. So a lot of people ask me, how do you retain length? How does your hair get so long? And I know that my hair grows about an inch a month. So usually when I have my 4 to 5 month stretches, or if it's a 4-month stretch, I'll usually have 4 inches of growth. If it's a 5-month stretch, I'll usually have 5 inches of growth. Sometimes I have more. And of course, after the trim, I'll have trimmed it off or some of it off anyways. But with me wanting thick blunt ends, it's important for me to know the growth rate of my hair so that when I'm doing my trims, I can know, okay, this is how much my hair has grown. This is how much I'm cutting off. So this is how much I have retained. And like I said, if your goal is length, and of course health comes with length, because if your hair is not healthy, you're not gonna have length. But health comes with length, and once you, over time, you'll see your hair start to grow. And if you want to maintain length, you need to know how much your hair is growing. Tip number 2 is to know the strong parts of your hair and know the weak parts of your hair. This is super important because the weak parts, you want to address them. You want to go head on into those sections and really give them some extra TLC. My weakest parts of my hair is definitely my nape and also around my edges, which I think the edges is the same for everybody, but also I know a lot of people have issues with their nape, which is kind of the same thing as your edges. It's just in the back. So I have issues with the perimeter, the front perimeter and the back perimeters of my hair. So when I'm doing things like deep conditioning or washing or even protective styling, I always go in and do something different to those parts. So for example, if I'm braiding my hair, lately I've started to braid a single braid, like in the back where my nape is either a braid or either plaits. And that's just so I can have access to it, so I can actually take the braid down, moisturize and seal it and braid it back up. I don't do that for all of my hair, but the nape I have to, because that is, again, the weakest part of my hair. So you would do accordingly, whatever that is for you. Tip number 3 is to maintain your trims. So trimming is super important. I get a trim every single time I relax, and sometimes I do it in between, maybe 2.5 months post relaxer. If I have my hair straight, I will go ahead and look at my ends and dust them up a little bit. You also want to maintain your trims, and you want to do the search and destroy method, because sometimes you have shorter parts of your hair and it may be split ends on those shorter parts of your hair, and you don't want to make those or leave those out because they will begin to split up, and then you'll start to see holes and gaps in your hair and you're wondering, where is that coming from? It's coming from you not doing the search and destroy method and getting all those split ends out. Tip number 5 is to make sure that you know which hair products works best for you. So I am definitely not a hair product junkie, and I'm not like a picky person when it comes to hair products. But what I can say is the first time I use a product, I know if it works and I know if it doesn't. Now, there has been some discrepancies in that, because I know people that were using Diva Curl, and this is just using an example, people that have been using Diva Curl had issues over time with it, and they seen that their hair was, at first it was good, but over time it was bad for their hair. Now, I've never had a product do that to me, and I've definitely never used Diva Curl, but you just have to pay attention to your hair and pay attention to what you're actually using. For the most part, I use all different types of oils. Some people can't use coconut oil, and I can just go on and on and on about this one subject all day. But products are important when it comes to shampoos, oils, leave-ins, even your relaxer. Just any product that you're putting on your hair is super important to know whether that product is working for you, for your good, or harming your hair. Tip number 6, you want to do scalp massages pretty regularly, and you also want to make sure when you wash your hair, your scalp is super clean. And this is because you don't want to have any blockage in your pores on your scalp. You want your hairs to be able to grow out, reach for the sky, and be able to grow healthy. And also, scalp massages promote hair growth, so you may see an increase in hair growth, and that'll help you retain length. That'll help you gain more length than you were expecting. I know a lot of people have done the inversion method. I've never done it myself, but if that's something that you guys would like to try, I say give it a try. But definitely, I love doing scalp massages, and I try to do them when I moisturize and seal for the most part. And also, like when I'm wearing my hair straight, I don't put any oils on my hair, but I will brush my hair. I learned in hair school that when you brush your hair, that stimulates your scalp as well and promotes hair growth, and it's really good to brush your hair. Also, you want to make sure you start at the ends when you're brushing your hair, but once it's detangled, you can literally just go in, make sure that the bristles are soft, but they're also penetrating, or not necessarily penetrating, but they're gliding across your scalp. That may lift up any dandruff or any dirt, and it just feels so good. And again, it definitely promotes hair growth and healthy scalp. Number 7, moisture protein balance. This is really important, guys. Make sure you read all the labels on your products. Make sure you know if it's a protein-based product or a moisturizing-based product. You want to make sure this is really important also when it comes to deep conditions. Sometimes we just grab a deep condition because we see it says hair mask or something like that, but we don't actually see what's in it. We have to see if this deep condition that we're using is a protein based or a moisturizing based. So I know ORS Hair Mayo is definitely a protein based deep condition, which I will be doing my next deep condition. And they also have moisture based deep conditions. I used a Shea Moisture's overnight deep condition, and that one was moisture based. So I always make sure that I go back and forth, and I also make sure that I implement like a hard protein once throughout my stretch, my relaxer stretch. And I usually use the AffuG 2-step protein treatment, and I absolutely love that. But sometimes that product can be too harsh for people, so make sure that you know like what type of protein you can handle, what may be too much. And if it is too much, I would say just start off with a lighter protein. That's like using mayo, using an egg, using, you know, just something a little bit more natural, or something less as strong than the AffuG 2-step protein treatment. So tip number 8 is to actually deep condition. So that is the reason why I had my most recent start over, we're gonna call it a start over, is because I was not deep conditioning. Like, deep conditioning is so important. It literally snaps your hair together, and it's just so amazing. I absolutely love deep conditioning because I can really see the difference in my hair and my hair strands. So make sure you get those deep conditionings in, and I try to do it every 2 weeks, but at least once a month for me. Some people do it even once a week, which I think is absolutely great. So you want to make sure you get those in to retain that length. Tip number 9 is to actually protective style. So I absolutely love protective styling. You guys know my poison or protective style of choice is my wigs, but also, you know, you can protective style with your real hair as well. I kind of call this a protective style just because this is a silk scarf, and I just lay my hair here on it, and it just I mean, chilling. This is a great way to protect the style by wearing like a scarf, a colorful scarf. And this is from a Black owned business, Crown Queen Things. So I'll leave their Instagram down in the description box if you want to check them out. But I absolutely love this scarf, and it's really long too, guys. So even if your hair is draped down your back, the scarf is there to protect your ends and to protect your hair. But of course, you can do low buns, you can do twist outs, you can do mini twist or mini plaits. It's so many protective styles you can do, and as long as you're doing them the right way, prepping your hair and making sure your hair is in the best state before you put it up into a protective style, then you would most definitely retain the length that you need to retain. Tip number 10 is to detangle properly. I don't know if I like skipped a tip number, but we gonna keep this thing going. So guys, detangling is like super important, and that's why I have been pre-pooing as much as I have. I pre-poo every time I wash my hair because that just gives me a head start on the detangling process. So when I get in the shower, I can have a better start. Like I said, I have something on my strands, coating my strands, protecting my strands, and then also making sure that I end my wash day with a good conditioner to detangle under running water. And then when I get out, I want to do a leave-in conditioner or a cream or something to make sure that my hair is moisturized and it's also still detangled. Put oil on there so that my strands can move freely, and when you detangle, it won't like knot up into each other. It's just so important to make sure that you are effectively detangling your hair, because that can cause setbacks. So if you want to retain length, you have to know how to detangle your hair properly. It's super important. So my next tip was pre-poo, but I kind of already said that. So my last tip is to have the right mindset. Yes, guys. If you didn't know, a hair journey, a life journey, anything you do in life, it starts with your mindset. If I wake up in the morning, I'm not feeling good and I'm just really in a bad mood, I'm probably not going to have a good day at all. But if I wake up and I'm not feeling good, but my mindset, I put in my mind that I'm gonna have a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. Today is going to be the best day of my life. And that's why I start all my videos with that, because my pastor said it in church and it just kind of stuck with me. Today is the best day of my life. Today is gonna be a good day. Today I'm gonna check off all of the things on my checklist. Today I'm gonna have a successful wash day. I'm not gonna have any setbacks. Just saying those things to yourself, when you say it, you'll believe it. So you have to make sure that you have the right mindset going into manipulating your hair. Just anything you do with your hair, even wrapping it at night. I know sometimes you go to bed, you're tired, you don't feel like wrapping your hair, but you just have to get up and say, I'm gonna wrap my hair before bed because I wanna wake up in the morning and I don't want any breakage from my cotton pillowcases, or I just want my hair to be straight and laid when I get up. So it's just a mindset. You have to be positive in everything that you do, and also you have to be positive in your hair journey. It's a mindset, guys, and when your mental health is suffering, your hair will most likely suffer too. So just having a great mindset, a good mindset, is good for mind, body, and soul, for everything. So guys, I hope these tips really helped you. If you guys have any more questions, leave them down below. I'm probably going to make a video about the products that I use really soon, because I get so many questions about that. But I love you guys. If you haven't entered the 25K giveaway already, I'll leave that video up in the cards. I love you guys so much. Remember, do what you love and love what you do, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.